Okay, so hello, you guys. Welcome back. And it looks like it's just the two of you. So that's awesome. We're going to do two quick messages because I know I've read for both of you recently. I think this is Amanda Sheaves. I've got two Amandas. I'm pretty sure this is Amanda Sheaves, correct?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I can feel it. And I just read for you like a week ago, right?
Yeah, I was coming on to just kind of watch.
I know, nobody showed up. So you know what we're going to do, you guys? I got so much to do anyway today. So I'm going to pick a card for both of you because I've read both of you recently. You guys give me a couple of questions here. I'm going to pick a card for you and then we'll just do our thing. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course.
Because I got this center going up tomorrow anyway. So if you guys are cool with that, I'm just gonna,
I wasn't expecting a reading anyway, so I was just coming on to help you.
Well, let's pull a card though. Give me a second. Let me grab them, okay?
Awesome.
Pull a card. Get your question ready. Dun, dun, dun. Funny, because I just got my cards out this morning again. They were calling to me. They were like, come on. And I haven't picked them up in days. So warmed them up this morning. Okay, Amanda, I'm starting with you. What is your question? Well,
maybe
okay.
Maybe career. I'm supposed to be going back to work in a couple weeks. I've been on training, and yeah, just kind of what's going on with that, I guess.
Okay, I got a piece in my head when you said that, so I want to see if that relates to what the cards say before I say anything. So give me a second.
Okay.
All right, show us Amanda's work in a horseshoe spread. Oh, here we go. No, hold on a second. I heard that's not the one you were supposed to do. Weird. Sometimes cards are like that. If you're doing tarot cards and you ever flip them over, because I think you're starting to learn, right?
Yeah.
And you flip it over and right away, it just, you feel like if this is not it. Sometimes we just jump the gun, right? Because we think we're supposed to have it already. And sometimes it takes a while for the cards to feel right. That's because there's 78 cards in this deck. And if you want them to tell the story the way you want it to go, then you have to let it line the words up the way it needs to be, right? All right, try this again. There we go. Past, the ending. So that's probably school and things like that. Like you're in like a practicum right now, correct?
Yeah, like French training.
Yeah. So when you in the past, you have like, this is the end of this, or the ending of something. So I'm guessing that this is school. Hold on, I'm just laying them all out here so I can see what we're dealing with. Oh, this is good. This is good. Okay, so in the past, you have, like I said, the ending of something. And you know what? I don't think it's school. I think it's the ending of an old life. You making decisions. Like, I can really feel that I'm done with that. And you're moving forward. And this is where the justice card comes in. Because the justice is, so justice stands for legal things, contracts, business things. This is what makes me feel school. But it also makes me feel like there's some kind of contract that you're entering into in the present. Like when you say you're starting a practicum, that would make sense with this card. But the thing is, there's something about this card that has a legal tone to it. You don't do any kind of legal work, do you?
No.
How do I understand this? Hold on. Because in what you desire, you have manifestation. So the reason these two are easy to read. What you desire is manifestation. What you expect is to be able to conquer the emotional challenges around whatever it is you're trying to complete. Because that's really been your only distraction. You're really, really smart. So it's just a matter of getting your emotions around the fact of handling what comes with all of the being a mom and going to school and working and all of that, right?
Yeah.
I think this is justice. Like it almost by these two cards here, it's almost like something was holding you back for a long time from doing this. And this is justice. Just the fact that you get to do this is justice. Does that make sense?
Yeah, kind of makes sense. Yeah.
And then in the unexpected unknown factors, you have the strength and the courage card. You're loving this more than you thought you would. You have way more strength than you thought you would. And way more courage than you thought you did. I almost get the impression it's like one of those things that you kind of build up in your head as it's going to be so big and so hard. And then you do it and you're kind of like, oh, why didn't I do this before? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Interesting. And that's a cycle. That's very important for you to remember because that's a cycle that you have going on here. This is what your cards are showing me right now. Is that that's kind of a cycle, is that sometimes you'll see things bigger than you out here that you really want to do, but you're like, I can't do that. It feels way too big. And you get stuck in your head about it. You see, this card is the anxiety.
Absolutely. Yes.
So this is what's coming up around work. So this is near future, this is distant future.
Yeah.
So near future is talking about having to use your intuition, knowing what's coming without being able to see it yet, and having to be in that state. And don't let yourself get all into knots this time. This is about this time doing it differently so that as this practicum ends, you slide right into what's waiting for you. But by the way that this is coming up, I'll tell you, you're not going to see that job until it hits you.
Okay.
You're not going to see that job until it gets right upon you. That's interesting. There's a change of direction in the overall thing. Your overall energy is a change of direction and moving in a new direction. This upgrade feels like moving in a different direction than you thought you could. Again, coming back to that courage card.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's just telling me to these cards are not telling me, telling you to remember that this is justice, that your success is the best form of justice. I don't know who did you wrong, but let me tell you. Oh, and I love this. I just shuffled for a second and look what you got coming in. As soon as you get into that new job, and this is a new offer coming in, but usually it's one around the heart. I think it's funny because your grandma's right here. She goes, yeah, we've told her this before, Tracy. You're getting you happy and you're doing great for you. And that is the most attractive and amazing thing that you can do for you and your son. And it's going to bring about the results that you want, even before you think you're ready. But you are. Okay. So I hope that helps. And I don't know if it's for you. Awesome. I think I'm already getting messages for Stephanie. Holy. Steph, do you have red steps? Why am I seeing red stairs?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Unless it's Amanda. Do you have red stairs? Like
my backyard stairs are red. Yeah.
Shut up. Are they really?
Yeah.
Like stone. Like red. I can see them. Hold on. So why am I seeing them? That's very unique. Who's got red steps? Like, come on.
Yeah, they're like a stone red.
You know why? Because your grandma's telling you to go outside in those moments that you feel stressed and put your feet on the grass. She's like showing me the backyard. She's like, walk down the steps. That's why I can see them. Put your feet in the grass, take a deep breath and feel that breath coming straight from the earth all the way up into your body, and then blow out any negativity.
Okay.
And interesting. I think that your little guy's been stressing you out a bit.
A little bit, yeah.
That's why she's telling you that. She's like, deep breath.
I mean,
go
stressed with the back to school kind of stuff.
Yeah, there you go.
So
okay. Well, she's throwing that out at me as I'm trying to go over to Steph. She's like, oh, you thought you were done with me, huh? Awesome. Okay. Steph, awesome. You have your question ready to go.
I don't really have a question. I don't know. I've been thinking.
A question. Or, okay, let me rephrase. Maybe you don't have a question. What would you like some insight on?
I don't know. I just had a reading on Tuesday. I felt like I was like pretty confident. Okay,
let's see what they say then. That's just general. What do you have to say to Steph? I knew it. Things are going really well, hey? right now, much
feel good.
better than they were between your husband and you before. Because as
Mm.
soon as I pulled this card, I remembered what your last reading was. I couldn't remember it until I saw this card. This is coming together. This is a coming back together card. Clarity, using your mind to figure out the puzzle, so to speak. Do you
Mhm.
understand what I mean?
Yeah.
What you desire is for things to move fast. You don't like being in this in-between place where you, whoops, cards upside down, in-between place where you have to wait for things, and you know what I mean? You're
Yeah.
expecting to have to wait.
Mhm. Yeah. All the time.
Oh, near future is the Three of Wands symbolizes that feeling of waiting for your ship to come in, knowing that there's something that's about to come in. Oh, I know what this is. I know what this is. Do you know what I just heard in my head? That's so funny. I'm going to date myself here, I think, but there used to be this commercial that they would play from Staples every single August. It sounds like a Christmas song, but it's not. It's the most wonderful time. I'm not going to say of the year, and they're shopping, and do you know what I mean? As soon as I picked this card, I'm like, what does that mean? And then I heard that song in my head, and I'm seeing that old commercial. And this is like your ship coming in, baby. If you can get this whole house together and everything together by the time these kids go to school, then you got the whole house to yourself. Is your little one going to daycare?
No, she's gonna start preschool in January.
I feel that. Like I can
Yeah.
feel like it's like freedom.
Mm-hmm.
And you have money coming in, dear.
Hmm.
And that's the other thing where you're waiting for your ship to come in. So are you expecting some money from the sale of the house or something like that's about to come through?
No, we already got the money for the house.
Ten of Pentacles. Money card. Big money card. Family inheritance kind of money card.
You've said this before, and I'm like stressing out because I'm like, what's happening? Something bad's gonna happen. And I've been
No.
like waiting for something
Well,
bad to happen.
you have to stop waiting for something bad to happen, or you're going to create something bad to happen.
Well, I've been trying not to think about it, but the stress of that, when like somebody says like family inheritance, it's like something bad's got to happen.
No, it doesn't. And that's just your perception of what inheritance means. So
True
if the
enough.
universe wants to send you money money at any point, and like an inheritance, let's look at the word inheritance. What does this mean?
Mhm.
It means coming from people that you love, handed down kind of money. That doesn't necessarily mean money that it comes from a dead person.
Right. I suppose, yeah. That's just
Right?
where your mind goes. You're just like,
But if we don't change consciously, this is why it's important to talk to yourself, right? Because
Yeah.
if you don't change what you're saying here, you automatically think dead person, and then that causes anxiety because your
Mhm.
emotions are a reaction to your thought. So you have to change what you're thinking. And it's not the subject matter that needs to change, it's your perception of the subject matter.
Fair enough. That
There's
makes sense.
some kind of big money coming in that's going to affect your family. Okay, I don't see death here. I got to be honest with you. There's no death in your cards. Amanda had death, but that's like, she didn't even have death. She just had ending of a situation. There's no death here. This is seeing waiting for your ship to come in, and then huge money coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And oh no, okay. And then holding on to what you have. It's interesting. If I would have just put that card together in the beginning, I would have understood exactly what this means. So I think you spent quite a while in this energy of waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for the ship to come in, waiting for the house to come in, waiting for the sales to come in, waiting. And when it finally did, what did it feel like? A family abundance.
Mm-hmm.
See the meaning of the word?
Yeah.
Nothing to do with death. Huge family abundance. You understand?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And in the distant future, so there's some kind of, the reason this is coming up is because there's some kind of worry you've got going on around money. And this is like, don't worry, you're going to hold on to everything you have. But I would just caution you don't have to hold so tightly. If you spend like you have tons of money, I mean, don't go out and blow your paycheck or anything. Be smart about it. But at the same time, don't make choices and decisions based on lack, because you will get more lack.
Yeah.
See why they're bringing it up, right?
Yeah. Oh, I do that all the time. It's my kryptonite probably. Yeah.
That's why they're bringing it up. They're saying, listen, you couldn't do that with the house. Remember?
Mhm.
Your instinct, and in the beginning you did that with the house. You stressed about it and you were viewing it from the position of like, but then when it came in, everything lined up perfectly, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You have more than you need here. And I just saw the grandmas are out today. I just saw your grandma hand you a check. And I'm seeing a fence. Did you guys have a fence you need repaired?
No, we don't, but we realized once we moved in here the next day that the neighbor next door is not too fond of my kids already, and had suggested that maybe we build a fence so that the balls don't go on his property. So that might be about the whole
That's
fence thing. Because,
hilarious. That would be
yeah,
exactly it. Because see, I'm not in your life, and the dead are very specific, right?
yeah,
So if that you just had a conversation like that about this fence, and your grandma's saying,
Mhm.
"I'll give you the money. Let's build the fence. Let's do the fence. I'll give you the money."
yeah,
That means that she's already got a path there for you, and it's going to make you happier to do that. So you can look at that as like, oh, that stupid old neighbor, or you can look at it that as, woohoo, this is an opportunity for my grandma to show up.
yeah,
And this is going to be so much better. I'm glad he cranked at me now, rather than him waiting 3 months, building it up and having an incident and having to live in that tension. If you get that fence built before the end of the summer, if she gives you this, no, she said next spring, Tracy, next spring. That's when you're talking about doing it, right?
yeah. It won't be now for sure.
That's what she said. When I said this summer, she goes, no, in the spring. I'm like,
Mhm.
okay. So if you do that first thing in the spring, you give yourself peace of mind throughout the entire summer. You don't have to worry about that situation anymore. You take
That
it
makes
off,
sense.
you take it, yeah, you take it off of your brain, right?
Yeah.
So that's why she says, don't hold on so tight, like you have to white knuckle it. Just tell yourself, we got the money, we'll build the fence. And if
Yeah.
you
Because
feel
I was like, I'm not building a fence. I'm like, if it's upsetting him that a ball touched his house, then he can build the fence. I'm like,
and
because
then
it's
you
not a
would,
big fence. It's just like, it just kind of blocks part of the driveway.
but do you see, you can marinate in that fight and be right. You can be
Yeah.
right, or you can be
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Your grandma
Totally
saying,
agree.
just be happy. Don't
Yep.
focus on the money. She'll send the money. Focus on being happy and doing what's easy for you and the kids. And then you don't even have to worry about it.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Just remember she's there, hey? That's all she
Always.
wants you to
Yeah.
know.
I talk to her every day. So
That's
it's
why
not a
she comes.
surprise that she comes through every time, just her, because she's with me all the time. Especially when I was cleaning from the other house, I found dimes everywhere. Like she was cleaning with me. I know she had to have been.
She goes, why do you
Yeah.
think it felt so quick? And when you said that, I got goosebumps. Do you know what she just showed me? Like one of those old bandana things that you wear on your head? Like, do you know in like the 50s where you would see people
Mhm.
cleaning with like the bandanas on their head?
Yeah.
She just strapped one of those puppies on, and she's funny because I feel like your grandma likes to clean.
She
Like I feel
probably
the
did. Yeah.
joy that comes from this. And I'm like, are you crazy?
Yeah. I know.
She said you're doing amazing. You've got like 3/4 of that house done already.
Mhm.
You really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good job, Steph. You're like
Yeah.
me, hey? I'm moving to a new place. It's like within a week, it's done. Get it done.
Yep.
Well,
Thank you, Tracy.
you're very welcome. I hope this helped you guys.
Definitely.
It must be a
Next time
beautiful,
I'll bring my computer.
yeah. And it must be a beautiful Saturday everywhere because nobody's here. And we
It
have
feels
like
really
almost
nice and
50
cold
members
in
now.
Ottawa.
Pardon?
It's nice and
Yep.
cold in Ottawa today.
Is it?
Yeah. I don't know. Kind of feels like fall. It's kind of nice.
I know, because it's been so hot up there recently.
It's so
hey?
hot. Yeah.
Aw. Well, you guys have a great rest of your weekend, okay?
You too.
All right, I'll see you later.
And good luck tomorrow with the in-person one.
Thank you. I'm gonna
I
be
wish I was in Alberta so I could come.
You're what?
I wish I was there so I could come.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna post I'm gonna take a video of the room when I get it all decorated. It's like a puzzle, right? I got the pieces all over the place.
Yeah.
And as we speak, my ex is downstairs putting up the shelves, my son's father. And yeah, now it's just like putting all the pieces in the right place and moving them around and seeing what fits and what works. And
That's awesome.
yeah.
Oh,
All right,
well,
you guys.
I look forward to hearing about it.
Thanks. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.